The morning was quiet, the kind of stillness you only get by the lake, with steam curling off my skin from a hot shower and my bare feet chilling on the wooden floor. I'd barely wrapped a towel around myself when a man's voice thundered through my front door. "Ma'am, open this door now, or we're breaking it down." My heart stopped. I froze, water dripping onto the floorboards. No one was invited. No packages, no guests. I crept to the window, peeked through the blinds, and saw two police officers on my porch, hands near their holsters. Behind them stood a stocky man in a navy polo, arms crossed, smirking like he owned the place, pointing at my security camera and waving at my door. I threw on a robe, hands trembling, and yelled, "Who are you? And what's this about?" One officer, calm but stern, said, "We got a call about a suspicious smart lock on this property. Someone's breaking into an HOA-registered home." I blinked, stunned. "I own this cabin. I installed that lock myself last month after someone was snooping around." The polo guy stepped forward, his voice sharp. "This is community property. No unauthorized tech on cabin doors. You're violating HOA rules." I'd never seen him before. My pulse raced. I unlocked the door with my phone, stepped onto the porch, and jabbed a finger at him. "You don't even live around here, do you?" His mouth opened, but an officer pulled him aside, their voices hushed. I turned to the other cop. "Want my deed or the lock's app history?" He nodded. "Yes, ma'am, let's see it." But before I could grab my phone, I saw the officer cuffing the polo guy. Everything shifted, and I hadn't even told them the real story yet. "My name's Ellen Ramsey, 57, a retired school principal. 2 years ago, I bought this lake cabin, a small, cozy retreat with creaky floors, a stone fireplace, and a back porch opening to the water's edge. No dock, just a grassy path and a hammock slung between pines. It was my sanctuary after my youngest left for college, a place for tea and birdsong, not meetings or deadlines. But peace? That's a battle when an HOA's involved. Meet Victor Hayes, the polo-wearing bully, a 40-something HOA vice president with a power trip, living 4 streets over on the lake's fancy side. His cousin, Paul, ran the HOA, and Victor treated every rule like divine law. My crime? A Wi-Fi smart lock I installed after spotting odd footprints near my cabin. Victor claimed it ruined the HOA's historic integrity, as if rusty hinges were sacred. He left 3 warnings in my mailbox typed, one in furious all caps, another with a creepy photo of my door. I ignored them. The HOA rules didn't mention locks. Paul even chuckled, saying, "Victor's just overzealous." I should have taken it seriously. One night, my camera app pinged at 10 p.m. Footage showed Victor creeping across my porch, flashlight in hand, scribbling notes. I confronted him the next day. He smirked. "Only rule breakers worry about being watched." That's when I upgraded my cameras for live feeds. I wasn't going to be a victim in my own home, but I never expected him to call 911, claiming I was the intruder. That morning, back from visiting my sister in Cedar Falls, I'd been home 2 hours, groceries still in the car, when the police knocked. After they cuffed Victor, an officer's question hit like a gut punch. "Ma'am, did this man have a key to your cabin?" My eyes widened. "No, why?" He checked his notepad. "The call came from your property line. GPS shows he was here, not the street." My stomach dropped. I pulled up my camera feed. There was Victor, minutes before the cops arrived, sneaking through my backyard, trying the back door, holding something key. I whispered. He tried to get in. Rushing to the back door, I found scratches on the lock plate and key fragments on the porch. This wasn't just trespassing. It was an attempted break-in. I called my nephew, Ryan, a 29-year-old IT genius from Omaha who fished with me every other weekend. "Ryan, someone tried to get in," I said, voice shaking. I think he had a key. He was there by Friday, tools and laptop in hand. We found a note from the previous owner, Mr. Carter, mentioning spare keys in an HOA lockbox. Outside, near the fence, we found it trusted, broken open, bolted to a post. Had Victor known about this? That night, every creak kept me awake. Ryan checked the lock's logs. 3 failed unlock attempts while I was showering. Footage showed Victor at the front door, using a lock override tool, messaging someone. Zooming in on his phone's reflection, we saw a contact, M. Thornton. Ryan's face darkened. He wasn't alone. The next day, Paul, The HOA president showed up, looking drained. Ellen, I'm sorry. Victor's been using old HOA access codes. We had an emergency key program years ago. Your key should have been removed when you bought the place. My jaw clenched. He tried to break in. Paul admitted Victor had keys to other cabins, filing fake violations to intimidate owners. Then Ryan found an email from Victor to a shady company, with a photo of my door in the subject, upcoming unit conversion, possible listing. They were trying to sell or rent my home out from under me. Then came the photos. A manila envelope, no return address, stuffed with pictures I'm walking, Ryan fixing the lock, even one from inside my bedroom window. My throat tightened. These were taken from my yard. Another envelope held a photo of Ryan hugging me that morning, with a scrawled note. You shouldn't have brought him here. At 2:43 a.m., my phone buzzed, motion detected. A hooded figure crouched in the backyard, bolting when Ryan hit the floodlights. Deputies found boot prints and scrape marks where a camera had been. Then Ryan checked the attic. Dust fell as he climbed the ladder. Ellen, you're not gonna like this. Fast food wrappers, a blanket, a peephole cut to watch the living room. Someone had been living up there, watching me. Deputy John, grim, said, "This is stalking. You're not staying here tonight." I refused to leave. Ryan installed infrared sensors and slept by the door. I clutched a knife, sleepless. The next morning, Ryan's software identified M. Thornton Miriam Thornton, the cabin's former owner. She knocked soon after, gray-haired, in a beige coat. I need to explain, she said. On the porch, she confessed. I built this cabin, picked every plank. My husband forged my name, sold it to the HOA while I was hospitalized. They wanted it for a resort. She'd lived in the attic, watched from the woods, unable to let go. Victor found her, promising to reclaim the property, but used her to list it illegally. She swore she didn't send the threatening photos. That's Carl Weaver, she said, Victor's financier. He wants to buy your cabin. We found a GPS tracker on my car. Carl was tracking us. Ryan uncovered a Dropbox, spreadsheets listing illegal rentals, my cabin marked for eviction tomorrow, lock change, mail stoppage, fake HOA orders. At 2:17 a.m., motion alarms caught Carl's SUV at the wood's edge, watching. By 8:55 a.m., a locksmith arrived, claiming HOA orders from Carl. John stopped him, confirming forged paperwork. Later, at the sheriff's, we laid out everything: photos, GPS, emails. The DA, Susan Price, filed charges: fraud, surveillance, conspiracy. Raids hit Victor's and Carl's properties. Victor was cuffed on his lawn. Carl, hiding in a trailer, surrendered. 7 arrests followed, including HOA members and a clerk. But Carl had vanished by morning, his home cleared out. At the courthouse, I spoke. I'm Ellen Ramsey. I wanted peace, but found corruption. We fought me, my nephew, good officers, brave neighbors. If you think you're too small, you're not. Just start. The crowd roared. Repairs began: new windows, fresh paint. The community rallied, bringing food, help. A new HOA banned lockboxes, added protections. But then, an unstamped envelope slid through my mail slot. Inside, a photo of Ryan at the sheriff's office, handing over evidence. Scrawled on the back, "You should have stopped while you had the chance." It was taken inside the station. They were watching the law now. I stood on my porch, lake shimmering, and whispered, "This isn't over." Ryan nodded. "Let's end it." We sent everything to state investigators. Ryan exposed Pine Shore Rentals, their shell company, targeting unaware homeowners. At a secret town meeting, 22 neighbors shared stories of harassment, fake fees, changed locks. We formed the Lake Haven Coalition, filed lawsuits, and got a restraining order. An anonymous tip led to a storage unit deeds, forged letters, a blueprint to raise my cabin for a resort pool. Then, a firework crashed through my kitchen window, a note tied to it, "Final warning. Next time, it's not fireworks." The fight wasn't done, but neither was I. If this stirs you anger, fear, or fire, share it. Tell us where you're reading from. Justice isn't loud, but it never forgets.